Hello, everyone. So, today we're having a really powerful alignment. We're basically seeing Mars trine Eris in the skies, and this is actually going to be triggering a lot of people. So, let me explain why. Well, Mars is, of course, your relationship with martial energy, with aggression, with assertiveness, with yang, with what we call, stereotypically masculinity, right? Obviously, there are softer versions and there are harder versions of femininity, and then there's beyond those two binaries. But, basically, long story short, in a traditional understanding, Mars refers to our sense of masculinity and agency and whatnot. Okay? So Mars is already in Sagittarius, where it's already a little gung ho. It's already a little too invested in beating other people on the head with its truth and saying, my way is the best way, my way is the greatest way, blah di da di da. You see this a lot with anyone in the public eye who is spouting any information. And of course, there are going to be lots of people who legitimately use this energy to share very valuable perspectives and teachings. Triggered people will not be able to tell the difference. So, Mars in Sagittarius is already showing us the way forward in terms of the steps that we need to take. And when this energy is in excess, it becomes dictatorial, authoritarian, or simply just disrespectful, aggressive, and rude. So, that's already Mars in Sag. Now, Mars in Sag is trining Eris and Aries. Arisian energy is, she's the goddess of war, of discord, of chaos. I've seen people try to reclaim her energetically, and in practice, I have never successfully seen that work. It's a nice attempt, but mythologically speaking, this chick is responsible for too much damage to suddenly try to rewrite her story and expect that to look good. When we see Eris' story, we see that she is the story of the excluded one. Because she and her children do not get invited to a wedding, she throws down the golden apple of discord, which ultimately leads to massive casualties in the Trojan War. It's a step by step to the process. So Eris very much also, yes, she starts from a place where she feels excluded, where she feels angry that justice hasn't been done, but her response is disproportional. It's very much overkill. So when you already have two overly gung-ho, jingoistic Mars in Sagittarius, trining Eris and Aries, who is already prone to overkill, what you get is a very toxic alignment. Yes, people can use this positively. Teachers, travelers, explorers, learners can use this energy to really find their way forwards on their chosen path of truth and knowledge. People who are wanting to use that pathway to open up avenues of expression for those who have been marginalized and excluded can really use this energy to great effect. But that depends on your own sense of inner work. If you have anything near 23 degrees Leo, this then becomes a grand fire trine. Now, the thing is, your ability to use this alignment positively will come down to your level of inner work. And in fact, today, you're going to be seeing this as a test to see just how far you've come on your journey. How do you deal with the triggers? How do you deal with the sheer level of grade A batshit that is flying around right now? I'm not saying all of us got to be Zen masters. There are so many things that we can legitimately be angry about or feel that is unjust in this world. And I'm not telling you to turn a blind eye to any of that. That's not the way I roll. But, and here's the big but, the way you deal with these issues will be what determines whether or not you work with this energy in a toxic way or in a loving way. Now, I already seen this coming. People are still waiting on me to send them some stuff because I'm very clear that I do not want my clients to be revisiting their recordings during this time where, sensitive matters can easily get inflamed. Whilst people can use this energy to big effect, again, it comes down to their level of discernment and their level of sheer groundedness. What I've been doing is, I've been seeing a lot of very triggered individuals, not too many, but very triggered individuals come over to my YouTube or try to say very inflammatory things to try and get me to respond. And what I'm doing is just blocking them. Block and delete. There is no point being the asshole whisperer. No point. You don't help anybody. You don't heal a deeper trigger. You just end up getting in the line of fire and not actually changing anything. If you want to be in my space, if you want to engage my work, you speak with respect. And if you don't speak with respect, I got nothing to do with you. That's it. Respect doesn't mean deference. Respect doesn't mean bowing down to some other authority. Respect simply means speaking to another human being in a way you wish you would be spoken to, with civility. We can always agree to disagree. But anyone who tries to abuse my space, you're out. That's it. I'm not going to give any of my energy to the haters. I'm not going to give any of my energy to people who are trying to abuse my energy and generosity. So that's the way I'm, positioning myself. So, but in terms of work, I'm still here. I'm still sharing the information that needs to be shared. I'm still sharing the information that will help people, and if you can contribute to that, that'll be great. But it's not a mandatory requirement. Like, I'm not holding you hostage on the basis of that. But at the same time, respect the space. Now, this can be very triggering for people, especially those who just don't know how to handle their own psychic responses. So, what they do is they try to project their vomit, they try to project their own anger, they try to project their own stuff onto other people. That does not help. You want to talk about love and light? You first look at how you may be actually spreading the toxicity and the dysfunction. Once you're able to look at that, once you're willing to look at that, then talk about how you're a great light worker in the world. Otherwise, you is part of the problem. So, remember, Mars trines Eris today, lots of over the top reactions. For the most part, don't even bother engaging. It's not even about you. But in some cases, like cases where you are literally fighting for your life, where you're fighting for your land, remember, Eris is the goddess of discord and chaos and war in many ways. So, in some very extreme cases, you're going to have to use this energy and really stand up and defend yourself. But remember, that is literally a minority of people who would be watching this video or following astrology or whatever, because they are already engaged in the battle for their lives. If you are seriously in a situation where you need to push up and out away from your attackers or people who are literally trying to rob you of your basic right to life and right to land, then yes, you're going to work with this energy. But remember, that is an extreme case scenario, that is an extreme situation. That does not justify carrying over that kind of very militaristic or aggressive behavior into other scenarios of life and being. So just remember, lots of triggering in the air. How you respond to it is a marker of how you have done your own spiritual work. Take care. Very many blessings. Lots and lots and lots of love. This energy will still be very, very strong tomorrow as well. So just bear this in mind. Cha cha for now. Bye bye.